Afternoon, I'm Teresa Marchetta. We're following breaking news right now. The Fern Lake Fire, which has been burning in Larimer County just outside Estes Park, exploding overnight. Strong winds gusting up to 70 miles an hour, helping to fan those flames. The last recorded size of the fire, 1,500 acres. It did increase in size overnight, and the exact containment we don't know right now. We just learned, though, that air support from California that was supposed to come in right now has been grounded in California because of visibility problems. All right, you're looking at a map now that shows exactly where the fire is burning in Rocky Mountain National Park, just south of Highway 34 and Highway 36. Approximately 1,000 people are under evacuation orders. That area includes Highway 66 and all adjacent streets, including the YMCA, High Drive, and again, the adjacent streets to that area, Mary's Lake Road up to Moraine Avenue and Mary's Lake on the west side. Evacuees have been meeting at Estes Park High School at 1600 Manford Avenue in Estes Park. And that's where our 7 News reporter Russell Haythorne has been all afternoon. Russell, you've been speaking with the evacuees there. What are they telling you?
Well, the number of evacuees here at Estes Park High School continues to ebb and flow. At one point early this morning, there were 250 to 300 residents using this high school as a shelter. But as those residents have found friends and family to stay with, that number has now dwindled to about 56 residents who are still here at this hour. The smoke is certainly prevalent today in Estes Park. A haze lingers over the town, and the smell of smoke is very strong. As we mentioned, the Red Cross is providing shelter and food here at the high school. One of the reasons the crowd was so large early this morning before sunrise is because the YMCA of the Rockies, the camp, was evacuated. Those staying at the Y have now been relocated to another camp. Officials say this fire threatens nearly 700 homes in the Estes Park area, but as of this hour, only one cabin has been lost. As with any situation like this event is bringing out the best in this community.
We have a friend that lives out at the YMCA, and we think she might be here, so we wanted to check on her and see if she wanted to come home and stay at our house instead of in the gym.
This fire, as you'll recall, has been burning since early October. It started on October 9th, but has been smoldering. It was kicked up last night, but by what officials are calling an unexpected wind event, and it crossed some of those containment lines. It is said to be 40% contained at this hour. Obviously, the lack of snow up here in Estes Park, not a single flake on the ground, is not boding well for this situation. However, they are optimistic they will gain control of this fire later today, and they say they might even be letting people go back to those evacuated homes, but they say they don't want to do anything prematurely. Rocky Mountain National Park is closed, at least from the east side. Estes Park, however, a business owner told us, is open for business, so they're encouraging those Christmas holiday spenders to come up and enjoy the town. The town is open. That's the very latest from Estes Park. I'm Russell Haythorne. Back to you. All
right, Russell, keep us up to date from there. Thanks so much. We want to show you all a picture, one of the first pictures that we've received of the fire. This was taken by Chris Hazelton of the Estes Park News overnight. And you can see some flames in the distance and that orangey glow there behind the mountains. And now as the winds have died down, so have the flames, and the smoke is lying down as well, as you can see by this picture. 7 News photojournalist Major King sending in this as he tours the evacuation zone. Meteorologist Maureen McCann has been tracking the winds for us all morning long. Maureen, very dry out there, but you have some good news in terms of the winds.
Yeah, those 70-mile-per-hour winds, Teresa, are over with. We won't see anything more like that today. That core of strong upper-level winds raced across the state overnight, and we did see those reports around Larimer County showing those winds over 70 miles per hour. Now the winds are lighter, but we still have that smoke evident from our camera at the roof of the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park. And from time to time, we've been able to see the mountains, but it looks like that haze has thickened. since we last checked in, so that's the result of the smoke. Actually, the winds are stronger here in Denver than they are up in Estes Park. So that's the wide view, but you can tell the contours indicate that the ridges to the east of the Continental Divide and the foothills have the strongest winds at this time. A close-up look at the weather station there showing only about 9-mile-per-hour winds. Humidity is up there. We don't really have that criteria to warrant a red flag warning today. Doesn't mean that we don't have to deal with the fire danger, but we just don't have any alerts to pass on to you because we're not quite in that criteria. Winds today will stay between about 10 to 20 miles per hour sustained, gusting over 30 to 40 miles per hour, especially in those higher peaks in the national park. So our futurecast through the rest of the day shows the breezy conditions, especially for the elevated terrain, but we'll stay away from those 70-mile-per-hour gusts for now. Now, there could be a couple of minor flurries in the high country north of I-70 today, but it's not looking like we'll see any substantial moisture until maybe tomorrow night. That will be the next opportunity for some wet weather to affect most of the state, actually, or at least most of the mountains. We're watching that one closely. But for today, a dry and mild day. Those winds are supplying us with some very mild temperatures here in the metro area, Teresa. So we're including the breezy conditions on our planner today, but not quite the strong gusts.
All right, Maureen, thanks so much for keeping track of that. It sounds like at least some encouraging conditions out there. Of course, 7 News and the DenverChannel.com are going to stay on this. We're going to track the Fern Lake Fire for you. Any new developments you can see right at the bottom of your screen or anytime on the DenverChannel.com. And then we'll continue to work this story for you, and you'll get the very latest after college football on 7 News at 5. I'll see you then.